Halo semuanya, selamat datang di channel Olahraga Pertarungan.
Now, there was a big announcement that was just made seconds ago, literally
Yes.
as you're sitting here, regarding Ian Machado Gary, the #1 contender in the welterweight division. So can you please tell me what this news is?
Yeah, the news is huge. And the news is that we have signed Ian Machado Gary to the Matchroom Talent Agency to join Tom Aspinall as our second UFC fighter. We've taken our time, to be honest with you, because what we've done with Tom has been quite incredible. And we'll come back to that because this is Ian's moment. And I want to talk about how special he is. And through that signing, we had like over a dozen UFC guys or MMA guys come to us and say, how do we be a part of this? Can we get representation with you guys? And we're not looking to be, we're a sports agency. We're looking to represent high profile global stars across sport and entertainment, not MMA. But of all the approaches that we had, I don't even think Ian was an approach. I think I actually reached out to him because I know his team and everybody around it. And I looked at this guy for a long time and I love his spirit. I love his personality. He's a good, tall, good-looking guy who speaks incredibly well. And I've long felt that this is a guy that I actually think has the attributes to be a superstar. As I learn more about the sport, how good he is, we met, we had a lot of deep conversations and talked a lot of strategy. And then, of course, he finally secured the big fight. And particularly with our work in Ireland and understanding the country and the audience and how passionate they are for their own, I just felt like this was the guy that we wanted to bring to the team. And I couldn't be happier because, you know, again, these guys, they get it. Ian Garry has the potential to be a crossover star. Now he's got to do the business in the octagon, and our relationship is not, it's different to Tom's deal. You know, now we're a lot more strategic with Tom on the UFC side now. With Ian, this is commercial. This is about building his brand, you know, driving revenue to him with partners. And again, we'll come on what we've done with Tom has been incredible. But, you know, this is purely to work on his profile, his commercial brand, you know, and we're really, really pleased to do it because I wasn't sure how many more UFC fighters I wanted to add to the roster. And this was the guy that I really wanted. And I believe he wins in August. And we're also backing that fact that if and when he wins in August, he becomes a superstar.
Yes.
Not just of the sport, but of sport.
This signing has nothing to do with the UFC. It has nothing to do with my job inside that octagon. It has everything to do with outside of the octagon. I want Eddie and Matchroom Talent Agency to do as much as they physically possibly can to get the most amount of attention on my name as physically possible. Ariel, I'm about to fight the biggest fight of my life. I'm about to fight for a world title against the #1 pound-for-pound fighter on the globe. And MMA is still, it's the fastest growing sport in the world, but it's still a niche sport. I believe that Eddie can help me build my brand outside so I can have more eyes in the octagon, so that more people know about Ian Machado Gary, so that more people know and more people watch and more people see what I do come August 15th. So all of this is tactical. All of this is calculated and all of this is planned, much like my fighting, my friend. And it is all to bring the most amount of attention to my name possible so that the fights can be as big as I possibly can make them.
Tell me, what has changed?
So what has changed is, in my opinion, I mean, firstly, he's making more money now outside of the octagon than he's making in it commercially, right? He's driven over 7 figures already in terms of commercial.
His own deal? What else?
His own deal, his cloud bet deal, just another one that's about to be announced literally today. Appearances, I mean, his podcast, this guy's social numbers and digital numbers across his podcast. You know, Charlie and the team, they're really smart people. I mean, they're doing huge numbers. But right now, amongst all the commotion and all that noise, you've got a guy that is one of the most talked about guys on the UFC roster in Tom Aspinall. Fact, right? So, yeah, important that we're dry, but also what we're doing in turn is, right, you have a fight in front of you with Cyril Gane against Tom Aspinall that, correct me if I'm wrong, is one of the biggest fights that can get made in the UFC. And Tom Aspinall right now sits as one of the biggest stars in the UFC. So I think we're actually driving a huge amount of value, not just for Tom, but also for the UFC, because they've got a monster fight on their hand with that if it can get made. And I saw the Sean O'Malley stuff yesterday.
I don't know how accurate it is, how much fighters make, and it said yours was 600K. I'm not a pocket watcher. I know you got it like that. I'm just curious.
It's close-ish.
You've obviously fought for a lot more money. Does that mess with you at all when you go in there and you're fighting for a lot less than you're used to?
It definitely sucks. Like,
Yeah.
Aljo fight wasn't defending the belt, so it was decent. The Cheeto one was more. Then the Rob one was more, and then the Rob one was less, and then the Song one was like way less. And then this one was around the same.
I can't understand that. Like guys like Sean O'Malley, the guy's a superstar. The guy's a phenomenal fighter. Shocked by the kind of mindset of, oh well, there's nothing else we can do really. It is what it is. If we don't do it, we're just going to get benched. You've literally got guys making more for an 8-round fight against a guy that I would beat than Sean O'Malley fighting at the White House. Those guys need to stop being suppressed. Shocked by the kind of mindset of, oh well, there's nothing else we can do really. If we don't do it, we're just going to get benched. The guy's a superstar. What? And there's a guy fighting on an undercard and like the 4th fight in an 8-round boxing fight that's making more than you. You've just fought at the White House and you've just done an incredible performance. You're putting your health on the line. You're the reason this organisation is what it is. They don't want them to feel like they're a star. They don't want them to feel like they have value. He could walk around in New York City. He'd get mobbed. They're paying fighters $10, $15 million. No one would even know who they are. You need to grow some balls, start fighting for what's right for you and your career, making sure you're respected for putting your life and your health on the line. You are the value. You are the talent. Even Conor McGregor. Do you realise how powerful you are? I can't believe what I'm listening to. You're not the kind of guy who'll say, well, we met in the middle. You're the guy who sit there and go, I took him to the bank, baby, because I know what I am. I'm Conor McGregor.
Расскажи какую-нибудь историю жуткую, которая когда-либо с тобой случилась.
Самый жуткий момент в моей жизни был, это когда